States to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the assassination of civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The 39-year-old Baptist minister died in Memphis, Tennessee on April the 4th, 1968.
This picture taken moments after the bullet struck Dr. King in the neck. Witnesses pointing to where they thought the shot was fired from. And while conspiracies remain about government and police involvement, drifter James Earl Ray was convicted of the crime and sentenced to 99 years in prison, where he later died.
Many people thought that black Americans would just rip this country apart.
Christina Greer is a political scientist and the author of Black Ethnics, Race, Immigration, and the Pursuit of the American Dream.
For some white Americans, they were happy, right? Finally, it happened. And then for others, I think they worried that King's dream would die along with him.
At the time of his death, King was said to be depressed, fatigued at the slow progress they were making towards social justice, while faced with the impatience of a younger generation who increasingly challenged his stance on nonviolence.
The work that the 1964 Nobel Peace Prize recipient was involved in was stressful, to say the least, in the face of hate, discrimination, and intolerance across the country. But he also began to broaden his message to demand economic and social justice, not just for black people, but for downtrodden people everywhere.
He also came out against the Vietnam War in a speech that drew widespread condemnation from the political class at the time, while the FBI regarded him as the most dangerous man in America. 50 years later, he's among the most celebrated Americans with a national holiday in his name, and the King Memorial next to the National Mall in Washington. The project of racial and economic equity still very much a work in progress. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.